Men are struggling, and it's about time we uncover the reasonings of why and what is actually the perpetrator of the suffering in our men today, living in a modern society, actually allowing our men to fall victim to their emotional states. Not only fall victim to them, but allow them to be stuck within a mindset of weakness, weakness that can be easily portrayed as strength. But behind the veil is the insecurity that drives men and every human being into a state of denial of who they are. Now, in today's video, I want you guys to ask yourself the question of who are you? And what definitions do you put upon yourself? Are they actually related to your truth? Or have you fallen into the trap of becoming identified to the external world and what it gives you? Whether it be the fancy cars, the women you seek, the money in your bank account, the things that will seduce your ego to the degree of actual suffering, because you have not been taught that the gold that you are seeking, the life that you are seeking, will never be created from the things that you get. Rather, it will be a long-term investment, and very wise of you to start investing into your mindset as a man. And this is where I want to begin. Mindset is everything in this world. Mindset and emotional regulation is the number one skill that is lost within human beings today. Now, the number one indicator of this is your distractions in your life. How distracted are you? Do you fall into the trap of scrolling on social media to feel something? The traps of porn and the grip it has on men today, of finding the human connection through a screen that is actually disconnecting them from their center, but also from attracting a woman in their life? Is it the mindset that nothing good ever comes to you? Your circumstances dictate who you are. Are you celebrated in today's society for being overly attached to your emotions because it's empowering for men to do so? To some degree it is, yes. Emotions are guidance. However, if you are feeling victimized by an emotion, and the emotion is controlling you in your outer world and what you are creating, what you are choosing, then this is where the problem lies. Now, to address your problems head on is a skill, and it takes a tremendous amount of courage to be able to own up for your wrongdoings, own up for your circumstances, own up for your choices and where you are currently in this life. Modern day men, I feel like, are in a period of time right now where there is this gender war fight, where if a man is actually sticking to his virtues, to what he knows to be true about his own masculinity, and he shows it to the world, there will be a degree of judgment because people don't want men to have that strength anymore. People don't want men to know their power, because with that, it's created damage in the past. Now, what I want to bring awareness to is what happened in the past was not actually masculinity at its highest vantage point in the ways of virtue that men could be brought up in today. What happened in the past was a shadow aspect of masculinity, coming from a deep-seated place of perhaps unknowingness of who they are, that allowed them to become enraged within their experience, enraged within the outside world. Because life's hard. The outside world is always going to test us, whether it be finances, whether it be you feeling unmotivated, you being overweight, you having porn addictions, gaming addictions, alcohol, drugs, whatever. That is on your path right now. If any of those resonated with you, is there for your up-leveling. But you must be a participant within that. Because the men in the past generations were overconsumed by, again, different sources of distractions. And the way that men were in the past has nothing to do with the men that we need to support and bring up in today's society, in the next generation. Masculinity in itself is actually a very calm yet powerful force to be reckoned with. True power is not something that's loud and abrasive and in need of attention. Masculinity is the thing that will sit behind the circumstances, observing everything on his path and allowing himself to actually be the creator by choosing what he gives his awareness to, and knowing that his awareness is actually the highest form of currency in our society today. Because a lot of people are walking around unaware of who they are, what they're doing, the thoughts they're thinking, the people they're interacting with. They're on autopilot. And when we are on autopilot, we are not in charge of the life we create. So I want you guys to reflect right now about where you are right now in your life. How do you define masculinity in your life? And how do you show up for the greater good of not only yourself every day, for a higher purpose that involves others? Men are natural born leaders. And when you are not leading your own life, there will be an area of suffering that you will experience because you're not showing up for anything. Rather, you're showing up for the past just so it can be repeated on a day-to-day basis to indicate to yourself that you are indeed a failure, worthless. Whatever you believe in yourself is what you will be attracting in your experience. You have every right and every capability to start today. Start investing in the highest form, which is actually your mindset, is your strength, is doing things that push you outside of your comfort zone every single day, that tests your ability to be aware instead of distracted, to invest in the man today. So the man that you are can be shown to the outside world. And when you show yourself to the outside world in a fashion that is actually related to the man that you are defining, and you are not allowing the outside world to define, you will experience this world differently. People can take away your external things. People can come and go in your life. What someone can never take away from you is the power of your perception, your mindset, your character, what you know to be true. And have you been falling into the traps of the modern day society, actually there to help you, assist you in up-leveling by showing you your downfalls so you can rise, so you can learn to climb out of the depths of your own subconscious mind, telling you that you are not good enough, which is a very common theme within a man's root belief system of himself. He always has to prove himself. Whatever he does is never good enough. So he's on this constant chase without being fed the proper nutrition that comes from actually what you feed yourself in your mental state. All of this matters. So reflect today on why are you allowing yourself to struggle? So I want you guys to ask yourself today, why are you allowing yourself to struggle? And don't use the excuse that any outside circumstance is prohibiting you from taking action in your life, from creating the life that you want. Be practical in your ways of being. Become responsive rather than reactive. Learn your trigger points. Learn where you give your power away, where you have to be overbearing, over-dominant to prove a point. Master the art of listening. Master the art of power, within the sense that you actually have control of the power that is innately within you. And do not allow this power to control you, because that will always lead to your very own weakness. I hope today's video could inspire you, help you, and give you some light, but also know that there's always going to be dark. The dark is a very important aspect of the polarity of life, the masculine and the feminine. It holds purpose. So find purpose in your dark moments now. Find purpose in your struggles. And do not allow them to make you victimized to your circumstances and stuck within a state of mind that will never allow you to grow. I hope today's video inspired you, helped you. And if you want any assistance within overcoming whatever it is you're going through, I do offer one-on-one coaching. So my email is down below and I'd be more than happy to help you. If you guys liked today's video, give it a like, share it with a friend if you feel like they need to hear this as well. Hit the subscribe button, it means a lot, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.